welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the truth about Virgo. It's about time. Now, I'm a little late on this one. It is already Libra season. I've had crazy things going on in my life. I've been extremely busy and overwhelmed, and with the move, I'm sorry I am late, Virgos. I know how much you guys appreciate timeliness, so I feel really bad. If I was gonna be late for any sign, it definitely wouldn't be Virgo by choice. But here I am. I'm actually really excited to talk about Virgos. I have a ton of Virgos in my life, including my little cat Meatball. I have 3 cats, and this one, her name is Meatball actually, and she is a little Virgo. And she's like the best Virgo cat. She is the epitome of a Virgo. She's very, very sweet, very cautious, isn't too aggressive, but certainly hates bullshit, as you can see. She's also extremely clean. She is the cleaner of the other cats. Like, she cleans, licks the other 2. She has to have a clean litter box. If you miss a day, she will pee elsewhere. She can be quite difficult and complain a lot, but hey, she's a Virgo. So before we get started talking about Virgos, I just want to point out, as in every astrology video that I do, that astrology is not just 12 signs, and I hate that everyone thinks that because a lot of people just write it off as pseudoscience bullshit when it is extremely complex and definitely is not just 12 signs. You have, in fact, a ton of different signs. If you'd like to calculate your birth chart, there'll be links below to do that. We are talking about sun signs, but you also have a moon sign, a rising sign, a Mercury, a Mars. You have placements all over and tons of different meanings, and every single birth chart is like a snowflake. So yeah, not every Virgo is going to fit all of the Virgo personality traits, because that is not how astrology is supposed to work. And if you're not a Virgo and you watch this video and you think, oh wow, I fit a lot of these traits, it's possible you have either some Earth or some Virgo that is dominating in your chart. If you're proud to be a Virgo and want to buy some Virgo merch to support this channel, there will be a link in the description box to do so. But this is the Virgo sun sign video. Some famous Virgos are Beyonce, Bernie Sanders, John McCain, Michael Jackson, Andrew Lincoln, Jack Black, Blake Lively, Cameron Diaz, Lee Michelle, Amy Poehler, Melissa McCarthy, 2 Chainz, Ludacris, Jenna Marbles.
I'm a Virgo! And I'm a Virgo.
Oh my god! You can't do that! I'm a Virgo!
Julian! I'm a Virgo! You can't die! I'm a Virgo! I'm a Virgo!
I am a Virgo, that is correct.
Nick Jonas, Adam Sandler, Nicole Richie, Amy Winehouse, Billy Ray Cyrus, Kian Lawley, Niall Horan, Jimmy Fallon, Abby Lee Miller, Wiz Khalifa, Jennifer Hudson, Michael Bublé, James Bay, Shania Twain, Rupert Grint, and Jason Derulo. So Virgo is the sign of service. Extremely good communicators, especially in the form of writing. They can write excellent emails. They know how to communicate. They're often good writers just in general because they're ruled by Mercury, which is the planet of communication. They are an earth sign just like Taurus and Capricorn, so
Girl, I'm an earth sign.
Capricorns and Tauruses can definitely relate to some of the Virgo traits. Being an earth sign, they love planet Earth. They feel actually very relaxed and at ease when they are out in nature, whether that's a beach or the mountains, skiing, mountain climbing, rock climbing, whatever it is. Virgos can actually be high carriers of stress, and so they absolutely need that nature connection to be able to relax. It is when they feel most at peace in their hearts, and a lot of them do not get enough of the outdoor time that they need. Virgos are hard workers. They are perfectionists in every sense of the word. They are extremely analytical, and I like to think of them as an octopus because they are scanning everything all the time. When you hang out with a Virgo, you might think they're really quiet and reserved, because they sometimes do really come off that way unless they're just one of the really fun ones or they're feeling relaxed in their element. But a lot of the times they come off kind of shy and quiet, and don't underestimate this. It's just because their brains are collecting data, remembering things about you, taking notes.
I will remember like what you were wearing, what we did, where we went to dinner. I'll remember like that stuff, but in terms of like, was it 1998 or was it like 2011? I'm like,
That's a good memory though.
They are extremely detail oriented. If you want to have someone spell check you or look over your work, ask a Virgo, because they are very meticulous and they will not let mistakes slide through. They are perfectionists in every sense of the word. Virgos truly value their success, and they want their work and just everything in their life to reflect the way that they feel about themselves, because they are very confident.
I know you want my body. You must not know about me. You must not know about me. I can have another you in a minute. Matter of fact, he'll be here in a minute. Feel like you should've put a ring on it. Feel like you should've put a ring on it.
They are very smart. They can calculate risk in any situation and make a final decision that's the smartest. They are constantly worried they're going to make a mistake. They do not like mistakes.
Wrote a whole new act and stuff, and it's going well. We're having a good time.
Do you get nervous doing a whole new act?
Totally. Panicked.
And they're very, very hard on other people and themselves. That's their biggest issue, is they are so critical of everything. They're critical of the world. They think that, you know, 90% of the planet is like idiots. It's okay. It's okay. We all know you guys think that, probably because we are. They are grinders. They will work through the toughest situations. They have such an eye for detail that you can never understand truly. Like, they watch movies and they're picking up on things that you didn't even see at all. Like, Josh is a Virgo, my husband, and we'll watch a movie together and he'll like be like, oh, you get this sarcasm that's in there, do you get this metaphor? And I miss like 90% of it, and Josh just sees it all. I always have Josh look over my emails to make sure for mistakes. He actually writes some of my emails for me because he's extremely good at just writing an email. His communication skills are on point. They're good at figuring out anything. They're great problem solvers. They love to be helpful for their friends and family in that way. If you are looking for support from a Virgo, do not expect emotional support as much as they can give you actual support and problem solving. That is where they thrive. They want to give you an actual solution and answer more than they want to like pat your back and understand your feelings, if that makes sense. And they can come across as really cold and reserved in that way. They love you, they just show it in a different way. They show it in making your life better, helping you with things. They're just the sign of service. But the perfectionism can take a real toll on them because Virgos are critical of people, definitely. Like Josh is super critical of me, and it's sometimes hard, except for they're extremely sweet about how they are critical. They just, you know, kind of, you know, passively aggressively push you, but they aren't as critical on anyone as much as they are critical of themselves. And that is something that Virgos need to learn to let go of, that you are plenty, you are more than enough, you're doing a great job. They love to feel useful, they want to run errands, they want to cook, they want to clean. They are excellent cleaners, let me tell you.
It's great, it's nice to come back, you know,
Who's neater?
I am, for sure.
You're much neater.
Oh yeah.
Does it
Definitely.
bug you if he's not neat? Is he messy?
No, I mean, but I definitely do grab things off the table if they're left out and put them away. And I'd be like, do you know where my phone charger is? Like, yeah, it ended up back in your drawer where it belongs.
That's why he wanted you to live with him. I don't know why you
I'm actually
wanted
his housekeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Congrats on a great year, Joe.
Yeah.
Here's your water.
Some of them are not the cleanest people in the world. Like, for sure, it is more of a Virgo thing to be clean than dirty, but some of them are messy but organized in their own way. Like, their stuff is everywhere, but it's exactly where it's supposed to be in their mind. They are all different about how they organize their life. Most of the time, it's extremely neat and organized in general.
I'm a Virgo. Things have to be organized.
But don't expect every single Virgo you meet to be extremely clean. However, they definitely are the cleanest sign.
I'm a Virgo. You can't do this.
Virgos like baths, they like showers, they like time alone in the shower. They like alone time in general, actually. They just really like to be alone. It's good for their souls, they need it. They are extremely hygienic. They are gonna make sure that they're looking fresh every day. Sometimes I just don't shower. Like, some days I'm like, fuck it, I'm not showering today. And Josh will just be like, so, you gonna shower today? Or like, what's the deal? They like people to present themselves well. They like people to look good and smell good and just be clean, and that's just how they are. Josh is literally such a pro when it comes to cleaning that he tells me to just not help him. He's like, it's just much easier if I just do it. Or he'll like literally take everything out of the dishwasher after I've loaded it and reload it. They need everything to be exactly how they want it. They're very particular. Like, Josh will only drink distilled water, and he has to sleep with a fan on at night. He literally brought a fan with us on our honeymoon to Thailand. That says a lot. They're just very specific about their routine. They're very methodical, organized. They have calendars. They have calendars most of the time that they're really keeping up with.
I can't just throw a dart at a map and fucking go there, okay? Because I'm gonna freak out the whole time because I need to make a plan first.
Because they like to be on time and they value other people being on time. Now, it is hard when you're a Virgo to deal with everyone else because not everyone else is as serious about this kind of stuff as you are. Like, not everyone thinks it's a complete necessity to be organized and on time. Some people like to live, fire and air signs, a little more lackadaisically. And Virgos need to learn how to accept that, because that's something that just drives them insane, is that the world is just not the same way that they are, and they want the world to be how they are. They want it to reflect how their mind works, and it's definitely not always like that for them, which can lead to a lot of stress and anxiety. And tons of them are nervous wrecks. They carry around so much anxiety and so much stress, and they wait for it to build up, or sadness, or whatever it is, emotion. They stuff it down, and Virgos need to learn how to let that go. People need to know your feelings. You can't just expect people to figure it out. You have to talk about your feelings sometimes and get a little messy, and that's not always easy for them. Virgos are paying attention to everything at all times, all people. Like when you go out to dinner with a Virgo, they're probably going to be darting around, their eyes looking around, trying to see what everyone else is doing, or eavesdropping. They're just very aware of the rest of the world when a lot of other people can like tune it out. Virgos are just hyper, their senses are heightened. They're like filing cabinets with tons of data just being stored and collected all of the time. Very private about their lives, aren't sharing tons and tons of stuff with people, probably less active on social media. They're just very secretive. Like sometimes Josh will tell me things and I'm like, how did I never know that about you? And it's not because he's purposely withholding information from me, but they just keep a lot of their thoughts and a lot of their life to themselves. And they are bullshit detectors like you have never seen. They can always tell when someone's lying. They can always see the truth in people. If there's information that you need to figure out, a Virgo could probably figure it out, because most of them should be like private investigators with how good they are at gathering information. It's incredible. And they have a tendency to get into this all work, no play mindset, and it's very bad. They need to learn how to give themselves a break. They never think what they do is enough. Understand that sometimes you just need to take a break, and I think you guys need to understand that more than anyone else. I think so many of them are so into their work and what they do in their job, because the rest of the world is not as controlled as work is for them. Like when it comes to work, it's all them, their effort that's gonna get put into it. It's them that's on the line, and they like that. They don't like to rely on other people because they know that they can do it the best themselves. So they escape to this world of work because it's the only place they can control everything. And outside of work, it can be very stressful in the regular world. Like it's hard to understand, but for a Virgo, normally work is less stressful than the rest of their life. They just need to learn how to take a break and pat themselves on the back and say, okay, I've done enough. Virgos are extremely funny. They're extremely witty, sarcastic. Virgo is probably my favorite sign. I really love Virgos. I love being around them. I have so many great Virgos in my life that are just honest, they're loyal, they're great friends. They are so smart. I have such great conversations with Virgo. They can go so deep. They're so down to earth. They're mellow. They're low maintenance. They oftentimes aren't into drama. They just like to observe it from afar. Virgos oftentimes are very successful because they're passionate, they're committed, and they are driven. They're very, very work oriented and able to get their goals accomplished. They're practical. They really like to apply common sense to all situations. And Virgos in our lives help us maintain a sense of conduct, productivity, and efficiency. They just definitely keep the world going. Now, the Virgo mind definitely needs to learn how to relax. It is a complex mind to have. They are overthinking every situation, replaying things in their head. They hate to be embarrassed or have people think negatively of them. They want to be liked so badly. And most of the time they are, but in their heads, they don't think that they are. They're so hard on themselves, dude. Like, I just feel bad for Virgos. It must be like sometimes like jail, being so hard on yourself. And maybe if you're a Virgo and you're saying, oh yeah, probably me, maybe that's something you should work on, because you shouldn't spend your whole life in extreme anxiety and worriedness and highly critical of yourself to the point where you're analyzing everything that you do and just being so hard on yourself. It just is not healthy, and Virgos absolutely need to learn how to deal with that better. And I'm telling you guys, the best way you can do it is by working less and having some more time in nature, because you truly need to connect with nature in a spiritual way of some sort. Virgos can also get into a habit of complaining a lot. They can definitely partake in pity parties and just complaining about all other people not working as well as them, or situations, or they hate slow establishments, like don't send them to the DMV or anything like that. Anything that is not functioning in a proper way. Virgos also need to understand how much alone time they truly need. And what you do with that alone time is extremely important. That alone time cannot be filled with working or doing chores and cleaning or something like that. You need to fill some of that alone time with reading, creating, thinking, meditation. Virgos need to stimulate their minds in other ways than just work. Virgos love errands. They love to knock out tasks. They just feel good when they're accomplishing things. I always send Josh on errands because he's like the master of following a list. Virgos are very, very kind. They have a real sense of humanity and want to help other people. They they are giving. A lot of them put other people before them. They are people pleasers. They want other people to be happy and they want to be there for everybody. For the most part though, Virgos are just really chill, humble, laid back people. They're cool. I love being around Virgos. Like I said, they're just such a great sign to be around. They definitely have some trust issues. They can be human lie detectors. They do not appreciate lying. They value honesty and loyalty. If you are in a new friendship or a new relationship with a Virgo, take time with them. You have to be patient. They are slow movers. They definitely can hide their feelings, and you can feel like they're not being completely themselves in front of you, or it's hard to get through to them. But if you are the right person, they will open up to you, and once they do, they're just amazing. They are filled with amazing thoughts. They can express emotion. They just have to be in the right element with the right people. They're just particular, and they like what they like. They know what they like. They know what they want. They know what they have to do to get what they want. But Virgos, if you're listening, give yourself a break. You deserve it. You are so much better than you realize that you are. Stop being so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on everyone around you. Everything will be okay. That's really all I have to say about Virgos. I love Virgos. I think they're such a great sign. If you are a Virgo, you need to understand your powers and what you are capable of doing in this life. You really, truly can do anything that you set your mind to. You just need to make sure you deal with all of the stress and the overcritical thinking along the way, because that will be your biggest downfall. But that's it for me today, guys. Thumbs up for Virgos, and next up will be Libras next season. Please do not send me your entire birth chart and ask me to explain it to you. There are people that do that for a living, and I certainly do not have the time to read thousands of birth charts. No. If you need more resources or more explanations for astrology, there's links for all that stuff in my description box. Very helpful info in there. And that's it for me today, guys. I hope you're having